TitleMatchNetwork.com.
You got to work with Terry Taylor a little bit too?
Yeah, he was good.
Good guy.
I like Terry.
When you teamed up with Ultimate Warrior, outside the ring, a lot of people say, he was really crazy from all the stuff he was on. How was Jim, I guess, outside the ring? Was he as crazy as a lot of the guys say?
No, when he was with me. Well, back then I was smoking weed.
Right.
Okay. And basically, whenever he would start, getting antsy, aggressive, anything like that, shit, time to smoke a joint.
Right.
Here, smoke this. In El Paso, this guy had a video camera and was videotaping us as we're getting off the plane and getting in everybody's face. Well, he stayed on Jim and Jim he was pissed. I went and got the rent-a-car and I something happened inside the airport, I guess. I went and got the rent-a-car, pulled it around because I was going to take him to my bootmaker. And Jim comes out with his bags and he's standing there and two cops came out after him. Well, I pulled the car up and I see this going on. Well, Jim goes to throw his bags in the trunk and one of them didn't make it. He grabs the trunk of that car and he starts, shaking the car up and down, bouncing it up and down a little bit and yelling, the F word
right.
Loud. And those two cops just looked at me with bug eyes and they said, buddy, we sure do hope you can. We ain't doing nothing. They turned around and walked back inside the airport. We got Jim in the car. We smoked a joint and cooled him down. Got to the bootmaker. He's all right.
Are you still recognized from your 24/7 appearances on TV?
Yeah. Some.
All right.
Some of the people go, what happened to you?
What are your memories of a young Jim Hellwig in the business?
Oh, gosh. He was something else. I always liked Jim a lot. He was on a lot of sauce. And when he first come up to work for Vince and everything, that whole first year, when he was just the warrior, and then all of a sudden he did that one interview, and he says, "I am the ultimate warrior." And Vince thought about it for a second. He goes, "Ultimate warrior. I like it. Let's go with it." That used to be, in the dressing room, that was our thing. When Vince says, "I like it, let's go with it," that's when you knew you were, you had arrived.
Right.
But yeah, I traveled for about a year with Jim. We traveled everywhere, a lot of places together. I took him to my bootmaker, got him, boots and stuff. And, we talked. We really talked a lot while we were on the road. He was helping me in the gym, working out, and I was helping him with psychology and stuff. But he was a great. He's a great guy. I wished I knew how to get a hold of him now. I'd like to give him a holler and just talk to him. But then, Vince, when he put the strap on him and everything, then he started. Jim started traveling in different circles. Then, he was on top.
Right. Sting,
what do you remember?
Who taught you how to do promos? Was that something that you just learned from watching the business, or did anybody, especially Dusty, who was a master of them?
Well, what happened there was I went on TV with Dusty and Magnum in Greenville, South Carolina, and I got tongue-tied. And oh, this is horrible. So, I went to say Ole Anderson's name, and I went, on the interview. And Dusty and Magnum just looked at me, and Dusty took over the interview, and as we're walking out, he goes, fam, everybody didn't need to know that you know how to eat,
Right.
I was embarrassed, so, then I started watching guys, and I always revert back to, what I learned when I was younger. Bruiser Bob Sweetan, my dad, Jake. Okay, the best interviews are not those ones where somebody's out there ranting and raving. It's when they're talking to you. Bob Sweetan, he had a thing like this when he'd point, Boy, that used to piss people off. The two fingers, not just the one finger, the two fingers. That was, just a natural heat getter. But he would talk, dear. He wouldn't holler. He wouldn't scream. He would talk. The lower you talk on TV, the harder and harder you'll have to lean in. You won't keep that conversation with this guy on the couch. You're trying to hear what I'm saying. So if I just talk to you in a regular voice, yeah, sometimes they get colorful, and I might raise my voice a little bit, but it doesn't need to be a hollering and screaming contest.
That's a lot of Jake's psychology as well, too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I learned from him too. If you've and I guess this is have to be the way I'd say it. If I ain't got nothing to say, I'm going to scream at the top of my lungs just so you listen to me. But if I got something to say that's worth listening to, you're going to listen to me while I'm talking.
Do you still watch the business today?
Yeah, here and there, yeah. I'll always see. Not only I'm not just a wrestler, I'm a fan. I'll always love it. But these little piece of crap shows they have going on, and like for instance, in North Carolina, I was driving through a little town one time, and I saw a poster that said pro wrestling. In the main event, they had Blake the Snake Roberts.
Right. You can't.
It's stupid. You take somebody else's name, somebody that is somebody, and then you change it a little bit, and that's your 15 minutes of fame. That's your claim to fame. Look, if you can't get out there and you can't be yourself and do something,
Shouldn't be in the business.
you shouldn't be. Yeah, you should leave it alone and go back and sit down and watch it on TV or pay your $15 just because you have a few dollars that you can put. And this. I know this big fat guy that. Oh yeah, we'll play this music. Yeah,
That's a lot of things around here that shows a lot of the indie promoters are pretty much marks that got money to spend, and they think they're in the business and they don't know anything about the business.
Yeah, and that irks the hell out of me. And some people were trying to help me do some stuff, but they're telling me, oh yeah, you need to have a taser match. A taser match. Why? Ain't chairs and 2x4s enough?
Right.
Oh yeah, you have 4 boxes and a taser in one of the boxes. You're fighting and you're trying to find the taser, and then you finally find it. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, and I want you sitting right on front row because I'm gonna have that guy duck and I'm gonna hit you with it. Hey, that's a good idea. Yeah, good idea. We're gonna have a taser manager match. It's gonna be you. Come on. Okay, our business is out there, and it does push the envelope some, but come on. I mean, reality's got to set in somewhere.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.